That one arrow that shoots and never misses. I want to give you an experience about my life, guys, about an arrow that shoots and never misses. And do you know what that is? It is a type of salah. It is tahajjud. Yes. So I want to give a personal experience about a time where I actually prayed tahajjud and it worked. So these sunnah prayers, I was not performing them as often. I know about the obligatory prayers, and I was performing them. I've been performing them, and I had no problem performing them. But then this tahajjud prayer, okay, I cannot say that I never took it seriously. I took them seriously, obviously, but I never took that bold step of just doing these tahajjud prayers. And I remember this Mufti Meng said that tahajjud is for the cold ones, like if for the invited only. So even if you've not been invited, you cannot wake up for that prayer. And I knew that that was actually true when I had to experience this. So there is a time I was having problems, personal problems in my family, and it was really paining me. It was really hurting me. It was something so hurtful. It was a kind of betrayal that no one should ever go through. And I cried for a period of almost 3 months. That thing was paining, that experience was paining me, and it hurt me, and it brought my faith down at that time. And it is something that that made me almost to give up in life, you know. But then I had to remind myself that Allah has a purpose and a plan for everything that happens. And all I knew was to just remind myself that I had to hold on. And I had to understand that nothing was permanent and everything was going to be fine by the end of the day. But then I sat down and thought that what am I going to do about this situation? I have experienced a betrayal from the person that I never expected would actually betray me in such a bad way, such a hurtful way. And for a period of time, I felt so broken, like so much broken. And I made all my du'as. I prayed, yes. But then I thought and remembered that tahajjud prayer is like an arrow that never misses. So it was like, if tahajjud is a prayer that actually works wonders, why can't I try it? So during that moment of trial, during that moment of betrayal, during that moment of heartbreaks, I decided to perform my tahajjud prayer. And I performed this tahajjud prayer for like almost a month. Yes, every single night I could wake up at 3, make my wudu, and then just fall on my prayer mat, and I could cry. I could cry to Allah. I could cry my eyes out. I remember that experience was really bad. So I had to pray tahajjud prayers and even the normal prayers. I tried. My faith was really tested. I have never been tested in my entire life like during that period of time. And that is the time that I had to just leave everything to Allah. You see, where you reach a point in life and then you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And you just feel like you're not even strong enough to go through all that pain and betrayal and the heartbreak. But one thing I came to realize, and I knew that actually tahajjud works, and it worked for me, was during that period of time. Because all those trials that I was going through, with the time, they just began to end. Like, God started just working in my favor. Allah started working in my favor. I was like, oh, Allah, thank you. Thank you for this. Though all the trust that I had during that period of time, it just went. And I know it's something that can never come back. You know, a betrayal, it's never easy. Yeah, I had experienced that, and it broke me so much, so badly. But crying on my prayer mat every single morning for a period of 1 month, I remember I lost weight. I never had an appetite to eat at all. I was so broken. But I kept praying, I kept making my duas, I kept asking Allah to just make all that pain go away. And Allah did it. That is the power of Tahajjud. And I also remember making a lot of istighfar, like seeking a lot of forgiveness, because I actually thought that maybe I had wronged God, and that's why I was suffering at that time. I don't know exactly what Allah wanted me to learn during that period of time. I just don't know. I don't know what Allah was teaching me. But I had to talk to Allah and tell him that whatever lessons that he wanted me to learn, I was ready to learn. Because what kind of heartache was that? What kind of heartache was that? It was not easy at all. It was never easy at all for me during that time. But that power of Adua, that power of Tahajjud, that power of istighfar really worked out for me. At least as long as I know it's worked. And I continue to pray that it continues to work, because that kind of pain, I can never want to go through that ever again in my life, or wish that upon anybody. Anyway, I didn't want to come here and pour out all my emotions to you guys. It's just that I just want to encourage someone out there that all these duas, all these salah, both the obligatory and the sunnah prayers, they all work. They all work, and they all work so perfectly. Allah has a plan, and Allah has a purpose for everything that happens. And maybe he puts us through a test so that we can always remember him. And during that period of trial and betrayal for me in my life, I learned that the very hard way. Yes, I learned that the very hard way, but Alhamdulillah for everything. It just kept my faith strong onto Allah. I almost gave up, but thankfully I didn't. And it was something, so it was a test that actually made me know that I was actually made for this. And I could actually make it through, and so can you. Yeah.